What's going on, everybody? Brandon here, back with another action figure review. Super exciting in front of us. The DC Theatrical multi-pack from Spin Master, celebrating 100 years of Warner Brothers movies. Very interesting set in front of us, and there's a lot to talk about. A 4-inch scale Shazam. Finally, so excited as a Shazam fan that we finally get this guy. Aquaman for the very first time. We're getting Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, still set to come out around Christmas time 2023, so that is very interesting. All in all, the presentation of this set is very nice. I like that there's window style packaging. I like that the figures are protected, so that is great. Along the packaging is several movie titles, and get ready to shed a tear, because right here is Batgirl. Batgirl that did not get released is here on the list of 100 years of Warner Brothers movies. So I thought that was very interesting. And I mean, they really went all out here. I mean, Rebel Without a Cause is right there. So they're definitely trying to span 100 years. Batman is up here. It just says Batman. So that's Batman 89. The Jetsons. Batman's there again. The Star is Born. Willy Wonka. Mad Max. There's a ton on here. I just thought that that's so funny how prominent Batgirl is right there. They thought at the time of release for sure when this toy came out that the Batgirl movie toys would be out. And maybe we would have gotten a Batgirl from that Batgirl movie in this pack. So here is some very nice box art on the back of the packaging. Very interesting to see Shazam's and Aquaman's here. We know these were used for Batman and the Flash, so this is likely what they would have used for Shazam if they had single card release. And this is definitely Aquaman. This set I got for 35 bucks on Amazon. Roughly comes out to $5.80 a figure. So definitely worth it. Honestly, if it was up to me, I would replace Catwoman and I would replace Batman with Blue Beetle and Black Adam. That would really make it a really cool pack. Something that collectors would want to display in the box. One figure from each of the current DC movies. 6 movies between last year and this year. It's got to be an all-time record for sure. We're going to get these out of the packaging and take a closer look. Stay tuned. All right, you guys, we got our action figures out of the packaging. They look fantastic. Unfortunately, no accessories, and I was really kind of hoping at the bottom of the box, maybe tucked away in there would be some accessories. Sometimes they do that, but unfortunately, no accessories. So let's use our imagination. Just kidding. We already have accessories for pretty much everybody, with the exception of Shazam and Aquaman. For Shazam, I did use Black Adam's Lightning from the movie figure. And for Aquaman, I got these from the first appearance, Aquaman, from the comic book line. So all in all, these look fantastic together. If you need some accessories, you could definitely borrow them from the previous figures. First up, Robert Pattinson's Batman figure. This is the exact same standard figure that we previously got. No repaint, no nothing. This is the original release from the movie right here, and they're definitely exactly the same. So if you've seen this Batman figure already, you may want to skip ahead. If you haven't, I'll go over him here for you. So the cape is a nice cloth cape. It's not fully cloth, but does have a little shine to it, so it's nice. The back side of the figure does have quite a lot of detail. The most important thing to probably note about these figures is that they are out of scale. I mean, if you look at them compared to the rest of the figures in this line, they're definitely bigger. Batman and Catwoman are bigger than the rest of these guys. So that is interesting. Batman's articulation, moving in the head side to side. He can look up pretty good and down pretty good. So all in all, not too bad. If you're trying to get this little guy in some dynamic poses, maybe you can. His arms come out about this far, and they go forward and back, full 360, bend and twist at the elbow. As far as that bend, it's not a full 90 degrees. It's hindered by the gauntlet for sure. That is a nice detail, though, that his grapple is there in his glove. Very nice, and we saw that in the movie, how that shoots out into his wrist or into his hand. So very cool. No wrist articulation, no waist articulation. Legs come out about that far, so that's pretty good as far as kicking goes for Batman. They come forward about that far, and they don't really go back. There's a cut at the hip. That's always appreciated. The leg does go forward nice and smooth. No problems like with the Black Adam figures. There's a bend and a twist at the knee. it's on a boot cut kind of scheme here. The leg doesn't really go in and out. It just has a twist and a bend. And so that's about it for a Robert Pattinson Batman figure. If you didn't have this one, now is definitely the time to get him. Hey guys, I just noticed there are some key differences here between our new Batman and our old one. The new one actually has all of these black lines painted on him, and on his hips it looks like there's a little bit of a black wash going on. Our original figure does not have any of that detail work at all. So that is very nice. In the arms, there's even a little bit of black wash there. You can see it here on the bicep, and it's not there. And on the other side, same thing. A little bit of a black wash on this figure. So that is nice. Definitely interesting. The back sides are exactly the same as far as I can tell. So yeah, a little bit of difference in the detail work. I assume they meant to do that, and I appreciate those extra lines painted, and that looks pretty good. Next up, Catwoman, Selina Kyle. Again, this one is exactly the same as the original release. There are no differences of any kind, so she's the same. If you don't have this figure, now is definitely a good time to get her in this set, because Shazam and Aquaman are exclusive to the set as of now. So all in all, not too bad of a figure. She does have some very nice detail work if you look closely, and overall, it is a nice representation for what we got in the movie. So not too bad. I do wish we would have gotten a masked version, but overall, not too bad. So articulation, moving in the head, side to side. Can she look up? Yeah, just a little bit. Well, maybe not so much. Down just a tad. Arms come out about that far. They go forward and back, full 360. There is a bend, kind of tight there, but that's looking more like a full 360. Bend and twist at the elbow. No wrist articulation, no waist articulation. Legs come out pretty good. Forward, pretty good. They don't really go back. There's a cut at the hip. That is nice. There's a bend and a twist at the knee. Remember, Batman didn't have this. He had that cut right there above his boot. So overall, not too bad. A very nice figure. Very cool representation from the movie for sure. Next, the big red cheese himself, Captain Sparkle Fingers. What an interesting figure, you guys. This is the scaled down version of the 12-inch scale Shazam. And this is definitely the Fury of God's costume. So that is fantastic. And I mean, just knowing that we have this sculpt, it's really a shame. I mean, we could get Eugene, Freddy, Pedro. This could definitely be used a lot, and I don't know why they wouldn't do that. It'd be so easy to get these figures out there. So this is cool. There is a dark red shading here on the sides that is different from the rest of the bright red. The back side is just a nice cloth white cape, completely cloth, so that is very nice. And the back side of the figure looks good. I don't see any silver accents or any silver detailing on this figure. That's okay. I can do without the silver. This really is a comic book Shazam just brought to life by Zachary Levi. How's the head sculpt on this tiny figure? I don't know. He's got some black speck on his nose. I'll have to see if I can clean that off. But overall, it does look like Zach. I wish maybe he had a little bit more of a smiling pose, but all in all, not too bad. I'm just really happy to finally have this figure and to be able to put him in my 4-inch lineup. Yeah, very, very happy. So for Shazam's articulation, movement in his head, side to side, this is very, very tight joints here. I'm not going to mess with that anymore. Arm comes out, forward and back, full 360, bend and twist at the elbow. Nothing in the wrist, nothing in the waist. His legs come forward, but when they come forward, they automatically go out. It's not necessarily a Black Adam problem. I think Black Adams were far worse. But he does have the cut here at the hip, so that is nice. And he does have a bend and a twist at the knee. And all in all, that's about it for Shazam. A very cool figure. I'm so happy and so glad that we finally got this guy. I think Aquaman just took a dive, needed some water, and ran out. Can he stand easy? It's a good question. Yeah, takes a little finesse, but he looks pretty awesome. Next up, The Flash, and you already know he is exactly the same as his original release. They're definitely like the exact same figure, so no differences at all. I had to wonder, maybe about some of the lines on him, but nope. All those gold lines were there on the original figure, so exactly the same. So if you have not seen Flash before, he's a pretty cool figure. Definitely a good representation of what we saw in the movie. Movement in his head, right there. His neck goes side to side. Can't look up or down at all. Arms come out about that far. Forward and back, full 360. There's a bend and a twist at the elbow. His legs come out about that far. They go forward pretty good. They don't really go back at all. There's a cut at the hip. That's nice. And there's a bend and a twist at the knee. And that's about it for the Flash. Overall, a very nice figure. If you didn't have him before, now is a great time to get this figure. Next, taking a look at the Michael Keaton Batman, and of course, he is exactly the same as his original release. What a year, 2023, Michael Keaton's return as Batman. If you don't have this figure, I highly suggest it. It's definitely an awesome piece. And the sculpt work and the detailing is fantastic. I, of course, collecting these figures from this line, have a bunch of him by now. So this is just an extra on top of an extra for me. But overall, very nice. He can't really look up or down too much, but side to side at the neck is good. Arms come out about that far, forward and back, full 360. There's a bend and a twist at the elbow. That's nice. Legs come out about this far. They go forward. They don't really go back. There's a cut at the hip, a bend, and a twist at the knee. And that does it for our Michael Keaton Batman figure. So happy to have this guy's return. And overall, just a very cool figure. It's awesome that I could put him in my current Spin Master Batman lineup. He's awesome. And for the next exclusive in this set, it is Aquaman. Jason Momoa's return as Aquaman, and this figure looks fantastic. There is so much detail work that went into this little 4-inch figure. I am seriously stunned. This is amazing. He's even got the highlights in his hair. You guys, this is nuts. They really went all out. The scaling is here. You can even see differences in the paint just a little bit, like it's darker in some spots. So it looks really good. This guy, the texture work, the detailing, absolutely phenomenal. Every inch of this figure is textured, and it looks incredible. My goodness. And yeah, the chrome coloring is really nice. And overall, I think we are in for a serious treat when the toys for this movie come out. If they're anything like this quality. And I really feel like this is what it'll be. We just got one figure early. And overall, it looks incredible. So, a very nice Aquaman figure. Definitely worth getting in this set for sure. So, articulation, movement in the head, side to side is hindered by his hair. Not too much, though. His arms come out about this far. So, it's a pretty good reach. If you got him with his trident trying to stab somebody, he totally could. Full 360. There's a bend and a twist at the elbow. So, that's nice. I will show you what that looks like with the trident in a little bit. Legs come out about that far. Forward, they don't really go back. Forward is pretty good. It's better than Shazam's and way better than Black Adam's. There's a cut right here at the hip. That is nice. And then there's a bend. Let's see. Let's line it up. There we go. There's a bend and a twist at the knee. So all in all, not too bad for our Aquaman figure. If this is the figure that we get when the movie toys come out, then I'll show you with the comic book trident. So again, that comes from this first appearance Aquaman, or yeah, I think it's called first appearance. Whatever stickers they were putting on their figures when they first came out, so like first issue or first appearance. So here's how the trident looks in Aquaman's hand. It just depends how you want to do it. If you're gonna like have him hold it at his side, There's kind of not really a good angle for that. I mean, he could do it, but I don't know. It's a little tough. See what I mean? And if you look at it dead center, it looks a little weird, like his arm is sticking out. So keep that in mind. But overall, the staff is definitely necessary, or the trident, I should say, to this character. So I'm sure we'll get a movie version for sure when the toys come out for that film. All in all, Aquaman, a very cool figure. For a size comparison, here they are with some other 4-inch figures. We have Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern, Henry Cavill's Superman from Man of Steel, and then Black Adam, of course, from Spin Master, and the recent Ben Affleck figure from Spin Master. So all in all, these guys look great together. Next, here's all of our new figures with the Black Adam movie figures. I think they all fit in very nicely, aside from the Batman and Catwoman. Most of these guys look like they are in scale together, so that's pretty awesome. If you're building out a movie collection from Spin Master, these guys look great. For another comparison, here's all of the Flash movie figures and Blue Beetle with our new figures from the set. Very cool. These guys all fit in together very nicely. I think most notable is how Blue Beetle looks next to Shazam and Aquaman. That looks fantastic. Of course, I had to put Superman next to these guys. I just recently found my Mattel Superman from Man of Steel. So there we go. All in all, not too bad. I think these guys fit in together very nicely. It's very cool to have all of these in the 4-inch scale. And here's our new multi-pack figures with a bunch of Batman figures from Spin Master, both movie and comic book based figures. So I'll take you through those. Here is the Batmans. They look fantastic together. Our original Batman and our newest comic book Batman. There's Killer Croc, and Commissioner Gordon. Very nice. And there's Red Hood and Penguin, Batwoman, Batgirl, Nightwing. So you can see all of these guys look great together, comic book and movie alike. The scales aren't too crazy. Of course, the comic book scale is a little bit bigger than the movie scale, but overall, these look fantastic. And next, for a comparison, here we have DC Infinite Heroes, along with the regular Spin Master Shazam and Aquaman. So very cool to have these guys finally in the 4-inch scale. We have a new 52 Shazam, movie Shazam, and original Captain Marvel. So these guys look fantastic. You can see Black Adam and Dark Mary, Commissioner Gordon. Here's another Mary and Black Adam, and they all just fit in together very nicely. Here's what our Aquamans look like. Absolutely fantastic to see these guys side by side, movie and comic book version alike. So ultimately here in the 4-inch scale, it's just very nice to be able to use some of our old figures with our new ones. These guys look fantastic. For another comparison, here is each of the figures from the multi-pack with their 12-inch counterpart. This looks absolutely fantastic. Every one of these 12-inch figures by Spin Master, except for Aquaman. When the first Aquaman movie came out, that 12-inch figure was made by Mattel. So I'm sure we'll get a new Aquaman soon, sometime this winter, and that'll be great for the lineup. But these guys look fantastic together. As far as the details go between the 12-inch Shazam and the 4-inch one, I think it's very interesting to see these two side by side. The multi-pack Shazam we only got in this release. The 12-inch Shazam was a non-US release. So this one I got from somewhere in London. But overall, I mean, I think the details that we see in the 4-inch one, like at the boot, they're there. On his sides, how there's a darker red there. We do get that on the 12-inch one. So overall, I think these guys do look the same. Capturing the likeness to Zachary Levi in that 4-inch scale is a lot tougher compared to the 12-inch. But overall, these guys look pretty good. As far as the Aquaman figures go, it's just a very detailed and complex costume. And my hat's off to Mattel for capturing it in the past. And for Spin Master to capture all of this on a 4-inch scale with incredible paint apps and a very detailed face sculpt, I think is absolutely incredible. So Spin Master, fantastic job. If this is the quality that we can expect from these Aquaman toys in December, then I am absolutely looking forward to them. I can't wait to see what you guys put out. Very cool to have these guys side by side. Overall, I'm really happy with the set that we got, but man, what if? And I know it was possible because because we had the Black Adam and the Blue Beetle figures all along. If this was our theatrical set, and if the figures were boxed like this, and in order of how those movies came out, that would have been incredible. So wishful thinking. If you're a customizer out there, you could definitely do this. All you need to do is change some of the box art, and then they'd be perfect. But overall, you guys, very cool. All right, you guys, that about does it for this action figure review. Thank you so much for watching the DC Theatrical Multi-Pack celebrating 100 years of Warner Brothers. The Spin Master 6-pack you can find on Amazon for $35. A very cool set. Batman, Catwoman, Shazam, Flash, Batman, Aquaman, very cool figures. I'm so happy and excited. We finally got that 4-inch Shazam from Fury of the Gods, and the Aquaman figure from the Lost Kingdom is absolutely fantastic. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below if you're going to pick up or pass on this set, what you're finding online and in your local areas. I would love to hear from you. You guys' likes, comments, shares, subscriptions, and all of the support has been absolutely phenomenal. Thank you each and every one of you. I really appreciate you guys. Keep it right here at my channel as I find more new, cool, and awesome stuff. I'll be sure to bring it to you here. Once again, I'm Brandon. Thanks for watching.